Hey y'all, it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast.
Where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
With trap beats playing in the background. Happy anniversary.
Yep. Happy anniversary.
Hopefully we have another one where they revoke freedom of speech.
God.
Or maybe they'll do like you can have a podcast, but you gotta like...
We gotta switch out that Beethoven bus for one of Trump.
Yeah. Or like you gotta record it like a month in advance so it can be sent into someone to like vet it.
November 12th is our 6-year anniversary of Classically Black. And yeah.
This is not how I thought we were gonna be celebrating.
Let's see, how many was I guess when we started Classically Black, Trump was president, so.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Girl, I don't know what to say.
I mean, we're gonna keep on keeping on until let's just
it's just so much going on. Like,
yeah,
I knew I should took off work today.
And it's crazy because I couldn't have, because the meeting I had this morning was like really squarely in my job description.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and it was like a lot of people there. Not a lot, but like, enough that it was like the meeting got to happen when it's scheduled.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I mean, I had one task today that like I would have to do ahead of time. But it's just like when you just woke up and I was just like, dang, she really lost. Like, that's kind of crazy. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be close, but like she still won. And so I try not to be despondent because like the same thing with Hillary. Like I was like, well, oh, yeah. And people just surprise you.
Yikes. America.
Ooh, you think he's gonna change his name?
Huh?
You think he's gonna change his name? Trumptopia, or like he can do whatever he wants.
I thought you mean he's gonna change our names. I was like, so they're gonna be telling us our names are Toby? We're gonna be like, no, I'm Katie.
That's crazy. Well, you think we could pick what foot they chop off? It's like all this sounds ridiculous until you.
I was about to say, people. I mean, this is not the whole podcast. I feel like when we get to talking about the Earth dying, remember that one? It was a period of time where like every episode it seemed like we got around to like, well, the Earth is dying, so none of this matters.
Really? When was that?
You don't remember that?
No.
We used to say that all the time. We used to say that all the time.
We go through different eras though.
Yeah.
We would just be talking.
Like we would be hashing something out, and then at one point we'd be like, actually, who cares?
That's crazy.
We gonna be crispy.
Either way, I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, we'd be like, oh yeah, we'd be like, boy, the rate the Earth is dying.
Okay, I remember that a little bit. Actually,
Yeah.
like a little bit.
We will be saying that, but I don't know. I feel like people. Wait, are we doing news this week?
I thought it was off the cuff.
Oh, I keep every single time I always forget whether we also do whether like the topic is off the cuff or the whole episode is off the cuff.
I think it depends.
Oh, okay. Well, I can say this for next week.
Period. I don't know what we're finna talk about. I mean, the fact that like ain't nothing really to talk about. Ain't nothing happy about. I mean, we made it 6 years. Hopefully there'll be a 7th. I mean, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
If we survive the Bush presidency, well, no.
My worries, I feel like, what we finna do? Because a lot of people are just not smart. Like, I just, and, we used to get on that too. We used to get on that too because it's true.
Well, because people actually do be stupid.
Like 70 million people. Like, it's kind of insane. I just feel like people like, I don't know. Like, people think that some things are like doom and gloom, but like, I just don't feel like people know like how bad it really could get. Like, he over here talking about it's gonna be our last time voting. We're not gonna have to vote again. Like, that's not insane. Even if I loved a candidate, if they said that, I'd be like, whoa, like that's enough for me to not vote for you.
Hold the phone, like
what you mean? I'm never gonna have to vote again? What do you mean by that?
I'm just hoping that we can have the 2026 elections. That might help a little bit. But I don't like people who don't learn their lesson. Like, okay, so this man was president, and all this bad stuff happened, and y'all put him back in office again. Why?
People get amnesia. That's why his history is so cyclical. That's why it's so cyclical. And also, like, I just feel like people just need to know, because I remember there was somebody who they studied like dictators and stuff like that, and they talk about all of the steps and stuff that happen leading up to a dictatorship, and it was like a damn checklist, like America on every single one. It was scary. And also, I watched How to Be a Tyrant, and everything was like, oh, okay, so we on track for that. Said he was gonna lock up journalists that disagree with him. Like,
well, good thing we're not journalists.
I mean, well, ask the people in the comments on that one video. They would think so.
Oh, see.
They still arguing under that.
Are they really?
I just saw something.
I had to block a bunch of people off of that because it was getting real white and real annoying under there. Like, men are just so... Men just...
Yeah, when them polls came out, I said, oh, so...
Oh, see.
With the breakdown.
The breakdown was insane.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's giving, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the people that, like, are really nitty gritty into government to see, like, what's going to happen. But I feel like the vast, like, consensus is like, oh, this is bad.
And, like, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe.
Anything can happen.
Yep.
This happened. So.
Like, I really think he just wants to be president to avoid jail time. Mm-hmm. So maybe, like, all of the Project 2025 stuff is just won't happen.
My thing is just, like, you see how, like, Republicans have played that long game.
It's terrifying.
The longest of games. Like, I feel like there's gonna be nothing that they want to do that they're in their power to do that they'll, like, leave undone. Like, they're finna do it. Like, that's why I'm like,
it's actually kind of sick when you think about it. Like, they let us have Obama, they let Biden do his little thing, and they just sat and waited. That's sick.
And was working. It was working, and I feel like that's what a lot of people lack. Like, a lot of people did just very short-sighted.
Yeah.
And it's like, I saw somebody say it like the best, like, actual wins are better than symbolic losses. And people on the left are very, very good at symbolic losses. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm not voting for them because it's like, I don't know, like, people got their reasons, but you not voting for somebody because they're not already where you want them to be. But that's literally, like, also just, like, not how it works.
Yeah.
But also, there are people who re-elect politicians that are terrible to them all the time. Ted Cruz just won re-election. So, like
the way that man left y'all for dead,
like, multiple times. So I don't know what that's about, but, like, people just, it's always about making a statement, and it's never about passing the fucking legislation. Yeah. Like, it's like,
yeah,
how many statements we finna make? Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to do my part, for the next little cycle. I'm finna have to get active because, like, somebody got to.
My grandma always says, where there's life, there's hope. So, yeah, maybe it's like, just take this time and then, like, what can we do for real?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. What can we do? At least we in California.
Thank God.
But what did he say? He said something. Oh, he said he was gonna cut off our water.
Cut off our water?
Yeah, he said all this stuff. He was mad at California, and he said he was going to punish us if we didn't fall in line. If Gavin Newsom didn't fall in line.
Y'all not scared?
And,
like,
and he
what?
said he wasn't gonna give us no aid for them wildfires and stuff. I'm like, so I'm just like, somebody that can. People just don't care though. They don't care. They're stupid, or they don't care, or they're also evil.
Also, can you do that? You can cut off water?
I don't know whatever, but he did say something about federal aid for wildfires as well.
Because one thing about him, he just be yapping, like, he just be,
he do just be saying stuff.
He be saying
stuff. Like, when he was telling people to freaking inject themselves with bleach to fight COVID, like, he just be saying stuff. So
that's a little bit encouraging, but then also people be listening to him, so that's the other.
I mean, well, actually, yeah, he should have brought that back right before the election. Yeah, all of my supporters, I got something for you. You just get see. He could have brought that back.
He is a yapper.
We would have been in a whole different situation right now.
All this to avoid jail time, kind of crazy.
Well, he did it.
I can't believe it. The thing I hate about being an American is that like stuff just be happening to us. It's supposed to be like it just is what it is. I guess it's like being human, actually. Like you just add the will of like whatever.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a child, actually. Yeah. Like when I was like, obviously my mom, not obviously, but my mom is a single mom, and it's like the reason why I don't go to Walmart today is because my mom will go to Walmart every week. Like, I'm not playing. There might be one week she'd be like, no, I didn't, Katie. I'm like, you went to Walmart every week to like, it wasn't even super Walmart to get her little clean and stuff because she need this, because she need that. And as a parent, as a child of a single parent, I just had to go. I didn't have no choice. I couldn't stay in the car if I'm 9. Like, I would just, and that's why today, like, I might do a little Walmart order, but I go to Walmart like twice a year. That's literally all my heart can take. And because it was like so much, and it's how it kind of feels. It's like we just have to just do whatever. We just down for whatever. Like fascism, down for it. Hatred, down for it. Like, yeah, okay. Convicted felon in office, down. What time we meeting up? Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds cool. Like, you feel kind of. It's hard not to feel like hopeless or like out of control or like despondent because it's like. We really just are at the will of whatever.
You just get yanked around.
Just getting yanked around. Like when your mom would just grab your hand when you were younger and pull you across the street. That's how it feels. Like it feels very childlike. Like you just at the will of whatever. They bomb us, cool.
We bomb them, okay. Like
children dying, fine. No more riots, fine. You gotta get some amount of gumballs in the machine next time, fine.
You saw I sent you that?
That quiz.
And it was 30 questions and they had 10 minutes.
And also, they didn't even make people in the comments made a good point. It's like, oh, I think that people. I know you're trying to gag black people by being like, oh, you can't answer these questions. But even the way that they were fashioned, like, kind of gave illiterate. Like, even you trying to gag someone, it still gave like there was like an air of like, oh, you can't read either when you wrote this like trick. There's another way to trick people besides like this doesn't even. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you can't do this either.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
But no, I know that's the point. I'm just saying, like, obviously it's supposed to trip people up or whatever, but like, even within tripping people up, it was like, this gives someone illiterate made this. Like, it just gives like, whatever.
Well,
I don't know, but if they bring those back, I feel like a lot of people ain't gonna be voting either way. So unless you're gonna let certain people pass. If they put that test out, nobody gonna be voting.
Yeah.
So,
but also they were not gonna give it to everybody. So we gonna get it.
Great. I live in California, so
we'll see.
Well, with no more water, so enjoy. Anything happy to talk about? 6 years of Classically Black. Woo! Favorite Classically Black moment?
Favorite Classically Black moment. Dang, 6 years kind of flew by.
Did it?
It didn't. It both did and didn't. Cause it's like, dang, 6 years, but I also feel like we've been doing this for a long time. It's hard because it's like so much stuff is a blur. Of course, I'm trying to think of a moment that people have not heard about before. Cause like, of course, that moment when we was up trying to code, like,
yeah,
I feel like people have heard about that. I mean, maybe not new people. It was like what, the night before or something, like our first episode,
and we spent like 12 days being like, not today.
Oh
not today.
God, we launched way too early.
Yeah, we launched way too early.
12 freaking days. What was we thinking? Whatever. It was new. But
yeah, we was just doing stuff.
But trying to code, trying to figure out how to.
Cause something was going on with the SoundCloud or something like that. We couldn't get it to.
Yeah, we didn't know how to get the RSS link, which is like when you post something, you host your podcast on a platform. I shouldn't be telling people how to start a podcast. Too many people.
Well, yeah, start your podcast while you can, girl.
And then like once you upload to that platform, your RSS link will just like distribute it to all the other ones. And we didn't know how to do that, so we was over here like, maybe we could code it ourselves, watching a YouTube video. We was like, what are we doing?
People go to school to code. Like I was like, let's just code this real quick. What? I'll never forget that night because I had to lie down. For a little bit. My favorite Classically Black moment. Oh, actually, my favorite trifling Classically Black moment was when we went to that one place and they had us staying an hour away from where we were supposed to be, and we found out when we landed. I landed it first, and I was like, so actually where we're staying is an hour away from where we're speaking. And I found out when we landed, not texting.
That was so trifling. Because why would you do that?
Because especially if we negotiated, so it was like we could have just paid for the hotel if it was going to be such a thing. Like,
I would have much rather have just known ahead of time.
Yeah.
You put down whatever it is, y'all pay for that room an hour away and we cover the rest.
Because it's like, exactly. Like, especially like, it's what a terrible thing to be blindsided with. Because it's like, when you land, you said all this traveling, like, I'm a early flight taker. So it's like, okay, so I've been up since 4, trying to get on this plane to get to this place. And then all I want to do was like get into the hotel, give me a little something to eat, give me a little shower. And now is when I find out that the place is an hour away. So now I'm like, okay, well, I might as well sit around for 3 hours, wait for Dalanie, and then we'll just go together. Like, being green in anything is like so difficult because people take liberties and to be fair, I don't think it was a liberty taken. I just think it was, well, I don't want to speak bad about this because it was actually like, I adore that person very much. I think they do great work, but you wouldn't have treated another person in class community that way who had like more of a reputation or whatever. We were fairly new to the game.
Literally like less than a year in, I think.
Was it less than a year?
Because I think because I just got the memory on Instagram, like when we did that, it was in October of 2019.
Oh, okay.
So we were almost a year
in the game. So it's like, and it wasn't malicious indeed, but it just felt malicious because it was like, I would have much rather, especially like we paid flights because at that time we were both flying like standby or whatever. So it was nothing for me to get to that place. But it was like, because of that, I could have just like, I have money. Like,
when we got to the hotel and the card didn't go through.
Like, that was a lot. That was actually, oh my God. And then it's just like, even we had like downtime in between like 2 events or whatever, and we just had to sit around.
Like, we were just loose. Because
we couldn't have, there would have been plenty of time to go back to a hotel and
lay down, chill out. And we had a friend that lived in that city, so then we went to her house. But what if we didn't?
Yeah, like we just been
loitering.
Yeah, that was a mess. But I mean, it balanced out because then we did that joint in 2023. That was nice.
Yeah, Chicago.
With Chicago Phil. Sinfonietta. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was tea. So that was
that was tea.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, okay, we doing what we doing.
Mm-hmm. We need to do it again.
That's what I'm saying. That's happened a little more. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I'm saying we got to happen a little bit more often.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I miss? Actually, I miss like when we used to do them little videos at Eastman.
Mm-mm.
Like, those were tea to me. That we should bring that back and somehow. Like, there's a video, we don't know what we doing, just editing stuff. Like, the audio was all off and had no mic. So I did a video in what's that place called? The one that we spent like a farm in the spring.
Lowry.
Yeah. I did a video there, asked people to like spell certain, asking them like hard classical music questions, like spell Dugnani, like whatever. Like, I miss those days because it was just so about like, okay, we doing classically black, like let's get it started. Like, and that was fun. Like, I miss like, I mean, I feel like it'd be hard to do that now because we're not in a classical music environment. Like, we grown now, so it's like, it's easier to do that kind of stuff at a school. Because didn't them people have that one channel and stuff. It's easier to do content when you're at a school where you're constantly around people. Like, it was nothing to us get somebody to be like, you in this video? That was fun. Like, early class, we would wake up. It would be like Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We got Richard down. Richard gonna block us. We had Richard down there recording videos of us, like, doing, like, Tchaikovsky videos. We was always recording something, like, yeah, that was cute.
I feel like we gotta bring stuff back somehow, some way. We gotta maybe have some people come over here and do something.
Well, that's one idea we had a couple days ago that we could plan out. I'll just say
I vaguely remember.
Like the game show thing.
Oh,
like, yeah. Might use this classical music knowledge for something.
And also that one that I had about the composer.
Oh, yeah. It could be something. It could be cute.
Yeah. I don't know.
But what else can we talk about? Oh, low key, I still love the Bakiana era. Like, you remember that day? I remember that day because we just lost the episode. Like, I think like an episode just got deleted that we recorded, and I was like, Cindy had told me about this restaurant, this Chinese restaurant, and I was like, okay, let's get some dinner. And then that Tatiana was going around, and you had all this unused news. I don't know why you had so much. You had all that. I'm like, well, we do a Training Now episode. Yeah. We got to do a remix, Tatiana. That'll be tea.
I remember somebody when that girl sent us a verse. And it was really good.
It was good. It was a little X-rated.
Yeah. I mean, no matter nowadays how we be moving.
Well, I actually reread it. It might sound like a Bible verse. Bakiana was something. I was like, I remember like writing my little part. I'm supposed to be practicing. Like, it was so grind when we was at Eastman. It felt like, maybe because it felt like that because we was also supposed to be doing Eastman stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel we work harder now.
For Classically Black.
For Classically Black. Oh, yeah. What you thought I meant?
Yeah, I was about to say, because, like, yeah. Maybe we could. It's funny because I feel like we be fit, like, now, we be like, we need to make some shake. I feel like we kind of wore off. It kind of wore off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, it's in a good, I'd rather just.
I'm trying to do this 40. We talking about, hey, y'all, Dalanie.
That's the thing. Stuff happens what's supposed to happen. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be cute. Somebody write a verse though, because I don't know if I have one. We gonna have to get a ghostwriter. But I remember just being like so excited about that. I was like, that's the thing. It's just like, you don't want to like toot your own horn too much, but it's just like, show me the girls who are doing this in classical music. You know, like it just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Dang, I was about to say something. You know, my memory. I was just about to say something. You said don't toot your own horn. What'd you say before that?
Oh, girl.
I don't know.
Girl. What else happened? Classically Black. I feel like there's also a chunk of Classically Black missing a little bit because of the pandemic. Like we was already recording virtually before the pandemic, so that worked in our favor. We didn't have to scramble to like figure it out.
We were. Mm-hmm. What was we doing that?
We did there was a chunk of episodes.
Oh right, because I left in Rochester. Right.
Yeah, there was a chunk, and then we did like one or two back in person, and then we was back to it.
Right.
So, but I feel like we lost a lot of like a lot of people because we just in different cities.
Yeah. That's the one thing I would say. That's a highlight. That was not what I just forgot, but it was another thing I was thinking before that I also forgot. Was this new like era of Classically Black, like we back in the same city.
Yeah.
You know, like we haven't been in the same city since 2020.
That's crazy.
That's kind of insane. I feel like it shows like we've been
this momentum.
People been seeing this more. I feel like it's a little plateauing out, which
I just feel like we came out swinging with Carcucci.
Yeah.
And it's just like that trifling stuff happens every week on the show. Like it's like impossible for it to not. But like I don't know.
I can imagine all the stuff that we've said that y'all just don't know about it.
That's the thing.
We didn't have video evidence. We got audio evidence. So
yeah, we just have to like just keep doing what we doing because it's gonna come up. Like someone gonna say something off the wall. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I do miss when like topics was more fresh because we was just talking about how we literally talked about everything.
Yeah, but so, maybe did tell me some stuff like you didn't talk about this. You didn't talk about this. So there are some stuff. But it's like, I gotta
see because you must have scraped something together. Because I'm like, what is it?
Also, I feel like we go through this at least every like 8 to 12 weeks, where like it feels like there's literally nothing to talk about. But a lot of our stuff, we also have less freedom now because of the whole copyright thing. Because remember we did that Jasmine Sullivan episode? Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorite episodes. Talking about art song, like.
Yeah, that, and also like I just think it's shifted because like people who been with us from the beginning know that like. We've also just changed in our past, and so like I think we talked about the intro, the whole being in classical music. I mean, you still in classical music, and I am in the sense that like classically black is in classical music, but like in a different way than it was when we started. So some of that stuff like we just don't be having nothing to say on,
Yeah, it's
like how many times when was a lesson that you whatever. And I haven't had a lesson since 2020.
I've had a lesson in months. Like, did they even have a lesson this year? I don't think I had a lesson this year. I think my last one was like in October. 2023 when I was doing SOPA.
Oh, for real?
I don't think I played a lesson this year.
Yeah, it's just like
once I was able to like step back for a second, I took a very full advantage of that. Like viola can run me to the ground if I'm not careful. But oh no, this show has gone through like it grew with us. Like it was like school based and it was classical music heavy based, and it's like okay, well we don't know what we doing, so they did the show. Like if you listen to the content, you can kind of tracks along with like our journeys. Are we 300 episodes? No.
Yeah, we just did last week.
Oh shoot, 300 weeks of classically black.
300 episodes, kind of insane. I that's what I really, really, really want. I mean, we'll talk about this more in the New Year's episode, but I need somebody to catalog all the episodes of Classically Black. Yeah, so we can really see what we're talking about. Cause
I remember certain stuff. I remember the Joy Floor episode. I remember student achievement. I remember when that. Oh, I almost said something I shouldn't have said. Cause I was gonna say something rude, and that's not very nice. When that dude at Yolo National, like, had all that. We said all this stuff about like what you should have learned, what organization should have learned from the Black Lives Matter movement, and that dude after all that said we should be nice to white people.
Oh, that episode, yeah. I was thinking about the first time we did Yolo National, not the one when we was there in person. It was during the pandemic. It was virtual. I mean, that's when we had Jasmine and Amari.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh my God.
I was. We've done a lot of stuff. But yeah, I remember that time when. Now I'm just thinking about it.
That's why, like, to be a black woman is just so exhausting, like, in so many ways. Like, you try not to think about it every day, but it's like, I was telling Dalanie, like, Kamala better than me because I might act in a way that would jeopardize my freedom because it's like, I personally think, like, she's just overqualified to be president, to be honest. Like, she just has so much experience and a freaking dimwit can just like that. He's a jackass. He's a reality TV star and a convicted felon, and you have all this experience. You are so overly qualified. You are so brilliant, and yeah, it doesn't matter. Didn't matter. And it's like to have two young black girls. Even that same video we're talking about, where like. Two black girls are talking about classical music in a way that like we're talking like we know what we understand, like we understand what's going on. There's 6 degrees between us. Like we're saying it in a funny way because like this stuff is kind of dull. Like Beast, like yeah, I love a Brahms symphony as much as the next girl, but this stuff is dull. You said what?
Except for 2.
No. Well, they stuffed 2 down my neck. I might could tap my foot to the second movement of 2 because it's like y'all stay. I don't even speak that symphony name because every time I speak it, I play like 4 times in a row. I'm not even playing around. So yes, perfect. Oh wow. Anyway, like you just see two black girls talking about something and they say it funny. Like classical music can be dull. Like it just like I'm not talking about the actual music, but like the field. So you see we joking around. We like, oh, that's why she left. Da, da, da. I don't even know the girl. I couldn't even pick out of a crowd. Like, and it's like it doesn't. You just see two black girls and it's like, yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Freaking ghetto hood rats, and it's just like. Okay, you know, it's just like it's just not enough.
Yeah.
You said what?
I was just gonna say we got to do the show with our degrees plastered on our. If that one, it
wouldn't even matter because I'm like, oh, affirmative action. Like, of course, like they had an empty seat, so they were like, yeah, let's bring two black girls in. It's like, it's just so.
One seat.
Yep. One seat. Like it's like, if you think about it too much, you'll start spiraling because it's like. It's just so exhausting to be a black woman. Like, it's never enough. You could be overqualified. They still think you stupid. They still think, oh, you're a woman. Oh, you menstruate. Kama's menstruating at 60?
Yeah, there was like, I know how. Yeah, I saw some. Oh, I know how women, they get on their period. What period?
What period? I mean, I ain't at that girl's house. I don't know what she be throwing away, but it's not tampons. Like, it's always like, oh, she a woman. Oh, like all she care about is getting her hair done. Her hair always done. Why her hair always done? Like
what?
Like oh she freaking like oh she went to that ghetto school like freaking Howard. Like it's just never enough. It's not. And it's like you can't focus on that, of course. But to be a black woman, like every once in a while, like maybe every 6 to 8 weeks, I'm like this is exhausting. Like I kind of it's like you really think about it, and it's like. Half the people who voted for Trump had to practice their T's, R's, and U's for weeks at a time so they could put the right name on the ballot. Couldn't read anything else.
Had to remember how many mountains go over an M.
Like, you girls can't read. Talking about Trump gonna help the economy. You make $10 an hour, no shade. They're not talking like, and it's like, this woman is just so qualified to do the job for once. And it's like, it's not enough. It wasn't enough. And it's just like so, and obviously like this is like a president, classic black, but it's just like, there's a lot of like similarities I felt with that. It's just like, you got them two, I mean, they done now, we got them two idiots from Australia talking about rap music's not real music and this and that and all that weird, corny stuff that they was doing. And it's just like they get to be the poster children of classical music, and it's just like it's just never enough. It's not enough. When you're a black woman, you're just exhausted, and if you lean into it, it will really get to you. You just gotta just be like, yeah, fine.
Especially classical music be getting to me. I can't lie.
Like
especially after it has got to me because sometimes it just be feeling like. I don't know how to, because like people do show us love. I'm not trying to like people show us a lot of love, but it just seems like past a certain like it just gives like people, it just feels like sometimes people don't take us as seriously as they ought to.
Yeah. And so because we say stuff a certain way, everything got to be serious and buttoned up. Y'all need to get serious about your audience numbers. They decline you over talking about being serious and buttoned up. Like, y'all not going to have much to be buttoned up about except for some cassette tapes in a while. Y'all keep going the way y'all going. Like, people can't tell a joke.
And it's just like, I don't know.
And I'm like, I'm not going to pull out a degree in a published paper, and I'm not pulling it out every time. Like, I'm just not doing it. And also, like, that Eastman stuff, I don't like mention it too much either, because like you should just listen to me because I clearly know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just too much.
Because I think about that, I'm like, what would have been the response? Not that it would have been negative, but like, what would have been the response to Classically Black if we didn't start at what we was at Eastman?
Yeah, I think about that often, actually, because my girl not plugged in, you know, she gets testy. I think about that often because a lot of the reason why people listen to us in the first place is because it was Eastman. The Eastman name was there. Mm-hmm. Like, okay.
I don't know. We gonna see, because it's just like obviously we got plans for Classically Black, but there is like at a certain point you need a certain like amount of backing and stuff. And it's like we just spoke about some opportunities that we've gotten of varying, whatever. Like,
you see that lady inbox us? You see that lady inbox us from that orchestra? It's not request.
When?
On IG.
I said when?
3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, it's not a request. Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, I need to check on that. Then because I didn't see. Maybe sometimes if one opens it, then it will go away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. But I will check that. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. In this like growth period that we're in, we've seen a lot of growth. Obviously, like on our Instagram, our TikTok has grown. Obviously, stuff is not where, it's not the end of like where we have the top of our goals or anything like that. But I think also like we'll get better at communicating. Not that it's not necessarily on us to communicate our value, but like to a certain extent as a business it is, and so we'll get better at that and all that type of stuff, and hopefully that we can we've already carved out a space in classical music that frankly nobody else is really in. There are other people who have since Classically Black started podcasts about either being Black in classical music or just other underrepresented communities in classical music. Like people have done that, not necessarily with like the tone and stuff that Classically Black has, but like there's been that. But I feel like we can even go further and like carving out a space for that for the classical music audience, because I feel like we've told people, like, in we had know the conversations that we have behind closed doors. We've told people like, this audience that y'all cannot get in the door, apparently, that y'all always looking for, that 18 35 whatever, is the core Classically Black audience. Literally, like by far, that is the most people that listen to Classically Black and that follow us on social media are 18 to 35. Yep. Like, so it's just like, but I feel like a lot of people, they don't see, there's only like a couple different things that they see classical music audiences engaging with, and like it's like going to concerts and like go having drinks on the roof after the concert, or like going to concerts and having wine before the concert, like it's all that really, and so it's like I think people have a hard time visualizing what does a show or something look like, so we gotta see, because I feel like they don't really trust like having us in the fold, and I just wish people would be honest about it, because I really want to know why. Like, is it the stuff that we say?
Because what we be saying,
but also like
it could be like, we don't, first of all, this show is edited. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what we be saying for real, what we really be saying,
because it's like, okay, we say something like that, but like if we come and do, let's say a pre-concert talk or something, which first of all, y'all would really do what I have us to do a pre-concert talk, like it would be so freaking lit.
That's the thing, and it's like, you think we're gonna get up there and be like, because I want to reiterate, like, both of us are writers, both of us like have public speaking experience, both of us have master's degrees, like public speaking is not. You said what?
I forgot I had a master's degree.
Like, you really think we're gonna get there and be like, bah, 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 bah. So like, I mean, maybe a little bit, there. Like, what do you? I just feel like it don't gotta be buttoned up all the time, and that's why y'all be begging your doors not to close every 4 to 6 business months, because like everything don't gotta be buttoned up all the time. And I feel like this is a multifaceted conversation, because y'all also want to keep certain people out of the concert hall. Like, we could also be real about that. So that could also really be it. It's like, yeah, they gonna bring more people in, but like, what kind of people? And luckily for y'all can be more open about that now because of your new president. So
I was gonna say, I wish people could be like more honest, because like, okay, what was I gonna say? We get up there. Dang. Oh my God, I'm struggling. You know how my memory is terrible, like that short-term memory. I was gonna say, I wish people could be more honest about why. Damn. I feel like the more I try to remember it, the further it gets away from me.
You just gotta
the further it gets.
Let's talk about something else
away from me.
So, like, what's a wombat anyway?
Okay.
it's like a rodent. I be forgetting that because you think about wombat, you think like a bat. Because to be fair, like words mean things. So I call it a wombat if it look like a rat.
A wombat.
Womrat. See, they should put us in charge. Hold on, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure a wombat is like a rodent.
Damn, I'm trying to think like
Oh, I was right. Oh, it was kind of cute too. Why can it run at 25 miles per hour? That's not fast.
No, that sounds really fast.
Native to Australia. See, they always got something going on. Oh, they are a short-legged, muscular marsupial. Isn't that grand?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you William Grant still would love this.
All right, Katie.
Look, he's kind of cute.
That's cute, but capybaras not.
Capybaras look weird, Dalanie.
No, they do not. They're so
Dalanie,
cute.
this is a wombat. Are you serious? Look.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's kind of cute.
Stop, Dalanie. Look. Are you No, Dalanie.
It's kind of creepy looking.
Look, he's so excited. Oh, they poop in squares. That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
Like cubes. Look. Like chicken bouillon.
Oh my gosh! Imagine you mix it up. How would that happen?
Biologists and engineers teamed up to solve the enduring mystery of wombats' cube-shaped poop. Can you imagine like going to a conference and like people ask you like what your research study area is and this is what you pull out? Well, you learn something new every day.
Sure do.
You remember what you're supposed to talk about? Oh, we got to wrap it up then.
Dang.
That's kind of crazy, Dalanie.
Because I was in the middle of saying it and I'm just so annoyed. Dang. I wish that people could be honest about why. Because I was gonna say,
But that don't hurt coming out. Oh, you got it now.
No, I'm trying to lead my brain up to it. Like, so I was saying, like, say that you have us like come in and do a pre-concert talk
because that's our target age, 1835.
Right.
And then you said marsupial does rhyme with.
Oh, girl. But I was just saying, like, I mean, maybe I was bringing that up because that's the only thing that orchestras I feel like currently do that.
Oh, you were saying that they only do the drinking thing.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe pre-concert talks are the only things that they currently do that they could see us fitting into, but they don't. Like we were also saying like, is it really the stuff that we say? Oh, this is part of it. Part of it was that like, okay, we come and do a pre-concert talk. How many of those people are gonna go back to our show? Hopefully they'll go back and listen to it, but like go back and be like, oh, on episode 67 they said this, and now we're gonna write into the orchestra and say, how could you have these ladies and like how is that? Like I also just don't even believe that a lot of them, like a lot of people like have heard the show.
Yeah, like
I feel like it's less of what we say and more. I mean, we do be putting clips on social media now, but still, like maybe I don't know. Maybe there are some of the clips that have deterred people, but I don't know. Maybe there are people that we know who are in those rooms behind closed doors that can let us know off the record if that's a factor.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to speculate, it could be a couple of things. It could be that. It could also be because I mean, people also know, like, if you know Classically Black, like, you know kind of like the origin story a little bit. Like, I think it could be like the two young black girls. I think it could be. I really believe that. Like, I'm not even really one for the whole. Oh, it's like sometimes you got to call it what it is. Like, you just don't listen to black women, and then also I didn't think that the age factor, and then another thing. It's kind of like there's already people doing it, so we just ask the same people,
which is crazy because that was another thing I was gonna say. I've heard some of the pre-concert talks and them just be boring as fuck. Like I can't.
No, like
they be boring. Oh my gosh, as a person, I love history. Some of y'all like cannot, like, it'd be boring. It's boring.
That's why people, that's what they have a hard time getting people to go to them. People just like go to them on accident. Like, I guess if I'm here early, I might as well go see what y'all talking about.
Right, me, I'll sit in the car.
Real bad.
Real bad.
In the lobby on TikTok.
Like,
I don't go nowhere without a little AirPod.
Like,
I don't go nowhere without an AirPod, baby. So,
like, and I just, yeah, I got something boring. But I do think, like, part of it is, yeah, just like, I feel like people need to know us more and like just trust us. I think a lot of people also get thrown off by we don't know what's gonna happen, because I did a thing.
Okay, are we classically black or Trump? Like, you know what's gonna happen. We want to talk about Bach.
Well, not because it's us, but just in general. Like, because I remember I did that thing with that orchestra like last year when I hosted that thing.
Yeah.
And it was very, very, very scripted. It was very, very, to the point where I'm like, I remember when in some of the rehearsals, that was like, I like maybe cracked a joke in the middle. That's like, oh, do more of that. I'm like, I can't, because there's no breathing room in the script.
Yeah.
You know, like, and so it's not because they think, oh, I'm gonna say something off the wall. They like when I say stuff, but they're not comfortable having this thing be as open as we need. If we do something live, there's no script. We create our own outlines. We don't talk to each other about it, because we don't want to, because if we do and we make a joke in the thing that was so good that we want to make it for the audience, it's gonna sound rehearsed if we do it again. Yeah. So like, but some people, they just don't understand that they don't work like that. So and then they have things, I'm like, some of the stuff so we gotta take that out. But but also some of the stuff, it just sounded like it was for kids also, so like it's gonna sound a little corny. But like some of the stuff, I'm like, I would never say something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta trust the classical black brand.
Also, I feel like we have a pretty solid brand. Like, what would we even be doing?
Yeah.
Look how we Joe Rogan. You act like we the Breakfast Club. Like, girl, we talking about freaking Beethoven. Like, talking about, oh, he didn't watch. He didn't. Like what? What?
Like, we need to do somebody pre-concert talk. It would be hilarious.
Exactly.
It would be hilarious. Like, we should start. We should. I got an idea.
Because actually, we could just. Yeah, because let's get into it. Like, we could talk about why Schubert's symphonies were unfinished. He was a freaky frog. Like, he was.
And also, Schubert just like me for real, because you finished 9 but not 8. You didn't finish this project and you on to the next one.
Yeah, like they just like me for real.
We here.
Yeah, like Bach was like, we married now, and was real married with all them kids. Like, that's what happened. Now we writing history. Oh, it's starting. Like, come on. We just say it a little, straightforward. Yeah. I don't regret nothing.
I also think, like, and this goes into, like, I guess maybe one of the last things I wanted to ask of this episode was, like, our hopes for classical black for the future. I know we will not get to, like, into the nitty gritty of it, but like, I'm excited for us to just do different types of content. Oh, okay. I forgot what I was about to say. So go on.
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
That's
dang.
So wombats.
You said something about Schubert and
Bach was hunching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we said we had an idea. What was we both had an idea at the same time.
Oh, pre-concert talks.
Oh yeah. Oh, got it. Yeah, this is why I brought up the features, because like we kind of we said we're in a new era of classical black right now, since we're back in the same city, whatever. We right after our 5-year anniversary, and we had some talks that was like aligned us better, and I feel like
real time kind of crazy.
Like, it happens to me all the time. Like, I actually probably should go to the doctor. They probably gonna be like, so your brain unraveling. Could you imagine?
It was just it's like coming out your nose
like a fruit roll up. Oh my god.
Well, probably more like a Slim Jim. No. Remember them bugs from Bugs Life? No, from The Lion King, when he lifted up that rock.
And that's what my brain gonna be like.
How long is your brain if it's unraveled? It's like 30 feet.
No, because is it all raveled up or is there a core and that's on top? I think that's on top.
I don't remember anatomy. All that brain stuff is so boring. The brain unit was the hardest unit because you gotta memorize all the synapses and the. Oh my god, that class was so hard. My teacher was a freaking twat. What's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. God took it from me. Just I was gonna say it because it doesn't matter. That was in 2009.
Well, before I lose this again, I was just gonna say I hope in this new era, like I just want us to get bigger. I feel like when we got approached by that one orchestra, it fell through. We were supposed to interview somebody. We couldn't line it up.
Oh
yeah. And she had never heard of us. And I'm like, okay, so there's some, what's that? It's that Kamala video. It's like, oh, so there's some education that needs to be done here. Like,
oh my queen, what?
Like, that's how I feel. Like, when I meet people, oh, you never heard of classical. Oh, so there's some education that needs to be done here. Like, like this is also that aspect. Like, some people just simply don't know we exist.
Yeah,
and like
the internet is vast as well.
Yeah, or they know that we exist, but they've never listened to the show. Somebody DM'd us. We better at responding to people because
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the two of us. And but she's like, oh, I think she probably followed us for a while, and she was like, oh, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't listened to you guys before, but I just did. And oh my gosh, it's like people be following us and never listen to the show. Like,
just because, like, to be fair, it never gave podcasts as much as it does now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just like it's very
besides,
easy.
I mean, that's classically black podcast.
Yeah, some people are just not podcast people, but it's good that we put the little clips because you can still see it in the way that you use the internet. So like, some people they just don't know. So like I just when you see people, even though we've said our piece on people like Two Set Violin or whatever, like you see there's so much bigger that you can get in classical music. I mean, even somebody like Babatunde. Yeah. Like, and Babatunde is in a very unique position because he's also, I feel like he has a lot of people who is on like the outside as well because he does a lot of history stuff. So you can grasp it even if you're not a classical musician, Yeah. So yeah, that's my hope for classical ballet. Just get bigger.
Period. Yeah. Well, thanks for rocking with us 6 years.
Yeah. And that's remembering ahead of time. Because I feel like year 5 was only anniversary that we was like, okay, we know today. Yeah. Like we knew, like I feel like I was like a week or two before. I'm like, oh, anniversary coming up. And like the day after,
because it's just so easy just to get into a groove. It's like, okay, we record, we put it out, we record, put it out. So, yeah. All right.
Well, see y'all for year 7.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening to Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. We have a Patreon. Excuse me. That's patreon.com/Classically Black Podcast. Join the Ebony Tower. Some of it's free. Low key. You just got to join us. We got merch. That's Classically Black Podcast /store. Thank you so much for watching. See me? Only took 6 years. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.